It's been 133 days since there was a last piece of competitive football here at the Bob Lucas Stadium. Both teams they weren't entirely sure if the playoffs were going to go ahead at one stage, but here we are in the semi-final. Dorking Wanderers, of course, beating Bath City at Twerton Park last Saturday in a very, very impressive 2-1 victory.
I've got a replay on that one, but yeah, he come number 11 for Weymouth coming together, and he fell over. He wanted a free kick, like you said.
It was Jaden Anthony, and he was asking for the free kick as Brooks heads it on. It's turned back on the corner, and Kelvin Brooks is going to try and get in towards the penalty area. Flick down, there's a coming together. Andrews Robinson, there's a penalty to Weymouth inside the first minute of the game, and Weymouth have the chance to take the lead. Incident. Gary could well be right. The replay, as you see, it was flicked on by Kelvin Brooks, and the first contact is just outside the box, and it falls on the shoulders of McCoy. The whistle blows, he steps up, McCoy, and he sends Weymouth into an early lead. A minute 55 on the clock, and Josh McCoy opens the scoring for the home team. If the ball was to break at the moment, Brooks has got a lot of room to run into. The throw-in comes in, Weymouth find McCoy, McCoy turns around to Anthony, and now Weymouth are 2-on-2 into the penalty area, and Anthony decides to have a shot from distance rather than lay in Kelvin Brooks, and it's quite a tame one. It's like Kelvin Brooks on this one, and Jaden Anthony in the middle as we expected. You can see that they're trying to stretch Dorking, and now Brooks has the ball again, and he lays Jaden Anthony in on goal. The flag stays down, he takes a shot early into the back of the net. Excellent finish from Jaden Anthony. The goalkeeper wasn't expecting him to take it so early, but exactly as we were just talking about, with all the expertise down the right-hand side, Weymouth, within 11 minutes, have doubled their advantage. Weymouth 2, Dorking 0.
I'm not sure about Sam Howes then. Should he be coming? He came out to come to close him down, then changed his mind. He had to backtrack, and then he was in no man's land. Young Anthony done really well.
It's some sort of irony so far that only away teams have won in the National League South. That's a good ball in, but headed clear by McCarthy. Jaden Anthony juggling with it in midfield, and Garlow can't clear. There's a strike from distance, and it's just spun wide. I thought that may have been destined to the bottom corner there. Again in the left back position. Dan Gallagher finds Nicky Wheeler. Wheeler being faced up by Kelvin Brooks, again who's been forced deep. Goes one way than the other. Brooks still watching. There's a really good ball in the box. It's got a free header, and he really should have done better. I don't think he expected it to come all the way through to him. If that's going to try and drag Weymouth out of shape. He's coming deep now. Here he comes with the ball. Full control to start with. Harfield launches it forward, and Jaden Anthony's got some room at the edge of the penalty area. He's being faced up. He gets it into his right foot. He stumbles under the first challenge. It was possibly a foul, but he kept going and tried to be honest, and he was dispossessed by the captain Harris.
They've got a brother called Conor Gallagher. He's on the Chelsea books, but he's on loan at Swansea.
Matty Brooks heads the ball back in towards the centre of the field and then gets it back down the right-hand side. Harfield standing him up. He's going to go outside of him. He's going to try and get the ball onto his right foot. He gets all the way to the byline, pulls it all the way across the 6-yard box, and it was just cleared by the heels of Jake McCarthy. Callum Ward could get nowhere near it, and Weymouth managed to escape 4-on-2 at one point, but they couldn't take advantage of it. The corner comes in short from Wakefield to Jaden Anthony, edge of the box, and Anthony has a strike just wide of the post. Tried to bend it, didn't quite get enough curl on the ball. Camp takes a touch, and Robinson tries to turn around the corner. He couldn't quite get there. Brennan Camp's not giving up on it. He's doing real good battle with Wheeler, who eventually clears, and Jake McCarthy's just going to let that run across his body, and I should imagine he'll touch it back to Callum Ward, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, good bit of play there.
Oh, Callum Ward with a really poor ball, and it's been dropped into McShane, and McShane has a shot straight at Callum Ward, who managed to reply, and Callum Ward nearly put his side in a complete peril there. And there's a bit of screaming there from a challenge, which looked like a nothing challenge to me. But then here come Dorking, McShane out towards the right-hand side, and Matt Briggs. Briggs hits it first time towards the near post. Callum Ward's positioning, though, is very, very good, and he hasn't had the best of afternoons in truth, Briggs, has he, Gary?
Defending.
And here comes the corner from the right-hand side. It's over absolutely everybody. Dorking asking for a foul, as Tom Whelan was seen to judge to have been backing in there. The referee says no. Here comes the delivery back again. Up in the air, Pryor gets his head to it in the 6-yard box, gets a shot away. Dorking score. Excellent finish. Callum Ward is trying not to relinquish the ball, but Dorking have got the goal that they craved.
I thought this was a dodgy ball coming in, long ball, but they didn't deal with that long ball, and Pryor won the header. Comes out to McShane, chest control, lovely strike and turn, and put it in the right-hand side of the goal. Of course, more problems and had better clear-cut chances in the
Cam
second
Murray
half.
keeps it alive, and then Harris has missed the header. Ben Thompson managed to get on the end of it. He's got Jaden Anthony in support, laid off to Anthony, hits it first time, and he just doesn't keep his composure.
Come here.
Dorking, though, picked the ball up in midfield, and now Briggs on the half volley with a shot straight down the throat of Callum Ward, and Callum Ward gratefully receives that in his midriff, and a penalty shootout.
Definitely,
Again, just a reminder that there is no extra time. If this is level after 90 minutes, it will go straight to penalties. And now here comes Dorking again, trying to force that. Matt Briggs can't control the ball properly. He gets to the byline. It's fallen in the penalty area. And Dorking have equalised. It was a fantastic finish in the end. And it was the substitute Buchanan. And Briggs, for the afternoon they've had so far, hasn't been the best. But he kept the ball alive at the byline.
Superb goal by Buchanan. Back Briggs done really well. Kept the ball alive. Come back from deflection. He picked the ball up from a real hard angle. Slotted the ball home, Buchanan. Super goal. They deserve that. I think they deserve that goal, Dorking Wanderers. They've been banging on the door.
Tom Whelan tries to keep it alive, though. It falls eventually to Odobade, who then finds McCarthy, and he puts it in towards Jaden Anthony, and the flag's gone up. The ball is in the back of the net. The flag's gone up, and I think that was tight. Cameron Murray's out trying to create something. Tom Whelan needs to go back the other way. He plays it in behind Hobson, really, and then in towards the feet of Ollie Harfield. Harfield, left-footed, out towards McCarthy, across the 6-yard box, and it's in the back of the net! It's an own goal in the end, and it's dropped in. It looked as if Yemi Odobade was going to get on the end of it, but in the end the ball drops into the back of the net, and Weymouth have stolen it.
It all come from there, Matty Briggs. Matty Briggs should have stood up with him. Why did he dive in? He never should have stood up and let the cross come in.
It is Yemi Odobade's goal. It was Jake Gallagher, who's had a very good game since coming on. He gets his foot to the ball and he plays it against Yemi Odobade. Goes back to House.
Every goal.
Up in the air, Zubar underneath it, he wins the header. Jaden Anthony can't control it. Matty Briggs with a strike, he goes up in the air, and that was a heart in the mouth moment for the Weymouth defence. Philpott has it midway inside his own half, right-footed, over the top, over everybody. Brennan Camp has to get there ahead of Richards. Richards will get there and keep it in play. Brennan Camp standing him up. Odobade's gone to give him a hand. Richards, though, manages to create half a yard with his left foot. Briggs with a header up in the air, and Callum Ward had lost that in the air for just a second. Here at the Bob Lucas Stadium, unless Dorking can do something from this corner, it comes in towards the back post. It's hooked back in. Callum Ward's underneath it, and Callum Ward plucks it up in the air, and he gathers it in. And the full-time whistle goes. The full-time whistle goes. An absolute drama at the Bob Lucas Stadium. Final score at the Bob Lucas Stadium, Gary, Weymouth 3, Dorking 2.
Yeah, disappointed obviously for Dorking Wanderers. I thought second half they were really done well. They created a lot of chances and they scored 2 goals, come back to 2-2, but it was just not to be today.